But for me, I'm like, why can't I get the animations? I don't know. Now, the only thing that I can do further from what I've done would be to completely uninstall OBS for my PC, restart it, do a fresh, pure install of OBS again, and then try to do things from scratch. Could I back up my scene and everything? Yes. However, whatever this issue is that's causing the animations to not play, maybe it's in that scene setup. Maybe there's a corruption of a file or something in there. You know what I'm saying? That screwed stuff up. I don't know. All I know is I changed nothing. I didn't update any drivers. I didn't update Windows. I didn't update OBS. Everything was as is. And then all of a sudden, over the course of one day, the animations just stopped playing for no reason. Even the people who have worked with me over the years to try to figure this out, they've helped me with stuff, can't figure it out. They don't know what's going on. So I honestly don't know what to do to fix it besides a clean reinstall. But a clean reinstall could mean, number one, a lot of time. Number two, issues. Just clean reinstalling it. Maybe my setup won't work. Now from scratch, I have to reset up all my shit again, right? Here's the thing. All right? The way I'm seeing it is as thus. Maybe one day I'll have some extra time and I'll fuck around with this. Right now, I'll be honest with you guys. I stream all day long. You know this. I'm here 10:45 in the morning. My stream goes on. I'm setting it up. By 11:15, I'm talking with you guys. I do that till around 12:30. Then I'm streaming gameplay all the way through 4 p.m. I take a break to have dinner with my wife and sometimes take a shower and sometimes now work out and stuff like that. Whatever I have time to do, cram in. And I'm right back here at 6:45 p.m. and I'm streaming for another 2.5, 3 hours, and then I gotta upload. I'm already, my entire day is full. You know what I'm saying? And if I had more flexibility, I'd say, let me take it a half day to fuck with this. I will clean, uninstall, reinstall, restart, mess with the setting, rebuild, maybe perhaps the whole scene setup from scratch again, starting over, fresh. And then maybe if there was any corruption at all in there of anything in the setup, it would be a new setup and it would fix it, right? So I'm thinking. But I don't have that flexibility right now. I have to be here 6 days a week, double streams for you guys, because I need to make money. Just being honest, I need to be here to make a living. I wish I could reduce the amount or take time away to do this. I just can't right now. All right? Now, in addition to that, we've already talked about this, that I want to, hopefully, at some point this year, I want to try to upgrade my setup. All right? Now, to upgrade the setup, I can't afford it. What it's going to end up having to be is likely a series of events that we do that are special fundraising events, trying to raise certain tips goals, and those tips would go directly towards the cost of either components or just buying an outright pre-built PC. That would be a much better system than what I'm using now, hopefully an internal capture card, things that could avoid a lot of the issues that I have today. Okay? And in addition, one of the major things that I want to do if I upgrade my PC is then get a better webcam. Instead of maybe getting a webcam, get a camcorder or digital camera that can live stream. So now my visual quality is way improved. We buy some better lighting, make everything a big step up, right? I want to do that. It's time. I've been using this PC for 8 fucking years, man. It's not going to last forever, all right? I'm not saying it's on its last legs. I just know it can't last forever. And if this PC right now died this very moment, I'd be shit out of luck. I do have a backup PC that's ancient in my closet that I haven't used in like 6 years. I don't even know if it turns on. I'd have to fucking format it. I don't have OBS or anything set up in it. So it'd be like starting from scratch. It would be a nightmare. Okay? So I have to definitely set this up sometime this year. Now, here's the problem with this. All right? I was talking about this earlier in the year. I said, I want to wait till I'm done with Elden Ring, because this is going to be one of my biggest playthroughs I've probably ever done, or at least in the last 5 years, one of the biggest playthroughs I've ever done. And I want to be sure we got all that done before I start messing around all right, with another idea of upgrading my setup or whatever, okay? We did. We're there now. Now we're kind of in the downtime. However, here's the problem. As I've already explained to you yesterday, right now things are financially slow. Right now, I've been doing this podcast for an hour. I've not received a single tip. Do you see my point? Like, there was a time when as soon as I started every day, people would come in and would support. Now it's like, it's very much slowed down. And I'm not blaming anyone. I've already explained the reasons I feel this is happening, all right? But I'm in a situation where I'm very financially tight right now. Things are not good behind the scenes, to let you guys know. They're just not, okay? I'm hoping to get out of this, but right now it's just not a good time. So that being said, would it make sense for me to start doing a series of fundraisers to raise funds to buy a new PC and a new setup when I am barely getting by paying my basic shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, here's what would happen. Literally exactly what happened last week with the gifted memberships would just happen exponentially. So likely if I did a special fundraiser and I said, hey, let's go ahead and let's raise the funds. And let's say I did 3 fundraisers, 3 fundraising specials over the course of a month and a half. They're all successful. Great. Here's exactly what would happen. All other support would dry up. Just what happened last week. Last week, I got gifted memberships on the channel. People came out in droves, gifted the crap out of memberships on the channel. We went from 380 to 500 within 2 days. Wow, that's great. That's going to all help me, long term when I finally make profit on that stuff, which is over a month takes to get anything out of that, okay? And, then what happened? Tips dried up completely. Some streams we didn't even raise the first tiered goal. Other streams we'd barely hit that. And again, to emphasize, the reason I have these tip goals in place is to make up for the fact that I lost a lot of revenue that I was making when I was a full-time streamer on Twitch. I had over 900 subs a month. I had tons of cheers coming in. I lost all of that when I came over here to YouTube, and I'm not even close to being back to that level. Even now I'm at 500. I used to be over 900, right? The amount of super chats and things is dramatically less here than it used to be with the cheers over on Twitch, okay? Excuse me. So, that being said, I can't have my contributions via tips dry up. That's how I pay for everything. And for a week and a half already, it was very slow. Yesterday, we had a good day. Hopefully, we can keep that momentum going. If I start getting slow days again, right back to square one, you see? Now, imagine I'm asking my viewing audience to support me upgrading my equipment, and I do a series of events to raise funds for it. Great. But now they're not going to also be able to contribute to the normal stuff, right? But then I'm screwed. I'm shooting myself in the foot. You see what I'm saying? The last thing I would want to do is be dishonest with you guys and say, I'm doing a special event to raise funds so we can upgrade all my equipment. And then I say, oh, well, this event was successful, but now I can't afford to upgrade my equipment and I'm using the money for something else. That I definitely don't want to do. That would be the worst, absolute worst case scenario for me, where I'm being dishonest with you guys on how something that you guys supported was supposed to be appropriated or used, and then I don't do that because, been there, done that, over the years. Take a look at my Down the Rabbit Hole Dark Side Phil and how just a few little Patreon goals. Oh, I'm going to reboot Project 7 and do a trailer. Oh, I'm going to do a series of Minecraft streams and I only do like 2 or 3 instead of the 5 to 6 that I promised, or however number it was, because I don't remember exactly in my head. But you see the point I'm making here is when you promise something and then if you overpromise and underdeliver, you will monstrously disappoint your supporters. And I know that from history. I don't want to relive the same mistakes and make them twice, 3 times, 4 times, 10 times. So the last thing I want to do is say to you guys, hey, let's do special events. Let's raise funds for a new setup. And then I have to put that towards the basic bills that I'm paying and I can't afford the new setup. And people are like, where did it all go? What happened? You promised us the world. We rallied and then you didn't live up to it. Okay. So there you go. That's why I'm not really rushing to do an equipment upgrade right now. However, it stands to reason that when I do an equipment upgrade, whenever that finally may be, which I want to do as soon as possible, but again, it's going to depend on my financial stability, right? Even when we get to that point that we can do an equipment upgrade, all right, then it would absolutely positively make sense to possibly finally say, let's ditch OBS. What are the programs that other people use to stream and capture? Likely they're better. I've heard people telling me now that OBS is very finicky, it's unstable, a lot of people have issue with it and don't like using it because it's not, basically it's good for a freebie program, but it's certainly not something that a lot of professionals are using because it does have issues. The funny part about it is I haven't really experienced those issues till yesterday. 5 years I used OBS and it was stable. And it wasn't until yesterday that the animation stopped working and I'm faced with an issue that I can't fix, okay? It's gonna work, and that's a lot of work to do, and there's no guarantee that's gonna work. Then the other thing that would be after that would be forget my existing setup here. Maybe that's the reason why it's not working. Maybe there's some kind of a glitch or a corruption, and just reset up everything from the start, completely from scratch. Start setting up everything again, you know, overlays and everything, not even having them in place, but just completely square one. And that, seriously, that's going to take a lot of time. And sadly, it's just time I don't have. Like, last night, okay, just messing around with this and trying to get it to work, I was in this office until past 10:30 at night. I go downstairs, and of course, Kat's upset. She's like, you know, you're stuck in there every night super late now. And I'm like, I know. And this is like the 1 to 2 hours a day we get to sit down, relax with each other, maybe watch something, you know, talk about our day. And now that time is reduced because I'm stuck in the fucking office with tech issues. And it's not fair. It's not. I want to have a life with my wife. I'm in this office 90% of my day. You know, I have to. And thank God I like my job. Can you imagine if I hated this job? Again, I look to people like Wings of Redemption, who we did down the rabbit hole about, and he claims he hates his job. He hates doing it. Dude, I can't imagine if that was me. Imagine being stuck in a room 90% of your life and you hate it. Thank God I like this. You know what I'm saying? But I want to spend more time with my family, not less. I'm in a situation where I'm trying to hopefully eventually get to that point, and now this shit has to happen, you know? So I'm just kind of venting now, obviously. I guess I'll end this segment is if anyone knows anything about OBS, has had similar things happen. For some reason, the browser plugin doesn't work anymore and you can't get those animations to play. If anyone has any idea of a way that I can possibly fix this, all right, I would be all ears because I have no clue what's going on right now. I'm completely